Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Week 14 of the Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League. We're almost done, everybody. We got this week and next week, and then we got playoff time. Got some important matchups today. We got as many as 2 teams that could clinch a playoff spot, and several teams that could clinch an actual seed number today, and some teams that could be eliminated today. So a lot to play for. I'm very excited. Before we get started, though, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense if you like these videos. So I'll be right back in just a moment here with our matchups for the first match. All right, we're back. Here's the first matchup of the day. We got Doom and Gloom, who needs to win out and have either the Steelix or the Power lose out to try and make the playoffs. We've got the Houston Ho-Oh, who, if they can win out and get the Ponyta to lose out, still have a shot at the 1 seed. So, a lot on the line for both these teams today. Let's see here. I've got instructions on how I'm supposed to start this team out. Yeah, pretty much start Dragonair and play everything else the way I feel like it should be played. Alright, well, let's do that and see how it works. Alright, Vaporeon to start. Let's go Thunder Wave. All right, already a win on that in that regard. I'm gonna go Slam because Vaporeon's built more for like special defense. We missed, of course we missed. I'm afraid to go, well now I'm going to go Outrage because it used Acid Armor. I was going to say, I'm afraid to use Outrage though because then we're locked in. But here we go, Outrage. Yeah, that's why I went for Slam on the first turn. Fully paralyzed again though. Wow, 3 turns in a row. The game is liking me this week. Ah, there it is. We hit ourselves in confusion. I was going to say, we had too many lucky breaks in a row there. 3 fully paralyzed turns for Vaporeon. Alright, well that's okay, because Outrage is a special move back in Gen 2, so I don't care. Wow, we're out of confusion already. We're getting all the breaks so far. Doom and Gloom getting all the breaks. I hope my Steelix are this lucky in one of the later matches. Alright, I'd say we're 2 Outrages away from taking out the Vaporeon. Yeah. Okay, so we just need to land a hit one more time. We're not confused yet, so this should be a knockout. Oh, wait, we are confused now. Okay, well, instead of risking it and taking more damage... Well, I guess I do got to risk it, because this team doesn't have Pokemon that are as durable when it comes to switching as I would like. Slam. It is paralyzed. That's good. Tried Quick Attack. That's why it was going to go first. It didn't matter what we picked there. The reason I wanted to go Slam, I think I'm going to have to go Outrage because it does have all those Acid Armor boost. I don't like picking Outrage here because we're locked into that move when the next Pokemon comes in. Paralyzed again. 5 per... And we've hit ourselves 3 times. What is happening in this opening round between Dragonair and Vaporeon? Nothing but paralysis and nothing but outrage. I'm going to switch because I know that this is going to be the time it gets Quick Attack to work. I just know it. I feel it in my gut. It's going to get Quick Attack to work this time. I called it. I called it. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Psychic. Fully 6 times. 6 times. Staryu takes out Vaporeon. Just wow. Wow. 6 times it was fully paralyzed.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon. Oh, it's Bayleaf.
Ah, Bayleaf. The terror. You're likely going to use a grass move, so this is a great time to put in Charizard, who is 4 times resistant to it, being part flying and part fire. Hey, look, Razor Leaf, I called that. Except for Entei, they don't really have anything they can switch into here. I'm going to go Wing Attack in case they do switch. They didn't switch, okay. Interesting that they didn't switch. Fire Punch. Bayleaf, Bayleaf, one of the most terrorizing Pokemon of the season, goes down easily against Charizard. I don't know why the game left it in there against Charizard. Go Steelix.
What'll it do? That had no effect. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Sandstorm. None of the remaining Pokemon on the other side can handle Sandstorm.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. Oh, it's Entei.
Alright. Houndoom, we need you.
This Pokemon is switching out. Oh, it's Houndoom.
Alright, so Houndoom's out there on the field now. Yep, that's why Houndoom's out there. Alright, Sandstorm's going to hit them both. That's okay. Let's go for Bite. Maybe we'll get some flinches. We got one. Alright, alright. If we get another flinch, then Houndoom essentially wins this matchup. Alright, it did survive. It did get an attack off. Of course it got a critical hit. Of course it did. with Rock Smash, of all things. And our defense fell. They should both go down here. Oh, Houndoom clutching, hanging on with 1 health. Entei goes out. Steelix with the knockout due to it being Sandstorm that took it out. Houndoom hanging in there like a champ.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Umbreon. The opponent
All right.
is weak. What an opportunity. One Pokemon is still capable of going up.
Ember. We've only got 1 health, so quick attack. That's okay.
Quick attack. That's it.
Umbreon knocks out Houndoom.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon.
All right, Steelix with its massive defenses out there.
Finally quieted. Pokemon
Sandstorm again.
are squaring off in battle. Mean look.
I'm okay with that.
That Pokemon
Steelix can fight all 3 of the remaining Pokemon anyway.
Sandstorm has started glowing. The Sandstorm rips and tears. They're both hanging tough. They go
I'm not going to bother with Mud Slap because it does have Feint Attack that hits no matter what, 100% of the time. So there's no need to try and lower accuracy. We're just going to go for raw power to start.
How's that? A light
And we hit despite the Sand Attack. Okay. Here comes another Sandstorm. We got the defense to fall. That's big.
showering Sandstorm burst. Sparks are flying.
It means between the Sandstorm and Iron Tail, if we can land 1 more Iron Tail, we win this matchup.
What now? The target is weakened further. What's this? Hit. That is
2 Iron Tails despite 2 drops in accuracy. Sandstorm's going to take out the Umbreon. Steelix, like I've said before, Steelix is a great late game Pokemon. It's a great mid game to closing Pokemon. Once you get rid of its threats, in this case,
Pokemon for
Bayleaf, Entei, and Vaporeon, I think it can handle Umbreon, Bulbasaur, and Zapdos. Bulbasaur can't poison it because it's a Steel type. So, like, just Mud Slap and Iron Tail it. Now, in this case, I will do 1 or 2 Mud Slaps to try and lower its accuracy.
What's next? That did little damage.
That's okay. It wasn't meant to do a lot of damage.
Showering Sandstorm burst. Neither combatant is showing signs of fatigue yet. What'll it do? The hit glanced right off. How's that? A light tap.
Alright, I'm going to get Steelix out of there because of the accuracy issues.
Be in tatters.
We haven't missed yet, but we have had our accuracy drop twice. So I'm going to switch out and put Charizard in.
Improved down on the field.
And then we can switch Steelix back in against Zapdos
To its Pokeball.
if they put Zapdos in.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. What now? That didn't accomplish much. What impact will this Pokemon switch have?
Fire Punch.
There's the attack. That struck home.
Bulbasaur goes down.
Not.
Just Zapdos remaining.
There's only one Pokemon left to come out. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. This is the last Pokemon.
Alright, put Steelix out there so Thunder can't hit it.
This Pokemon is back for another go. There's the attack. That caused no damage at
Yep,
all.
alright.
How will this
So it's going to be locked into
Pokemon fare?
Rock Smash now. Yep.
What next? It withstood that easily.
We've got such high defense with Steelix.
Wow, that's changed.
I don't care. We're a Steelix. We're going to survive several more hits.
Sandstorm has started glowing. The sandstorm rips and tears. A hot battle is unfolding.
All right, Rock Throw.
What'll it do? Ah, that attack just bounced off. What now?
Here we go.
Appears to be impervious to damage.
Decent hit. We got the Sandstorm helping us out, too.
It's going. Sandstorm burst. The heated action continues. How's that? It withstood that easily.
All right, all right. Rock Throw.
That attack just bounced off.
All right, we just got to hit it one more time pretty much and we win.
Storm rips and
Actually, with the Sandstorm, we don't even have to hit it again. We just got to survive another turn.
building from this heated battle. There's the attack. It appears to be impervious to damage. It's
Rock Throw.
Whoops, that missed.
We missed. There's that Sandstorm, though. Sandstorm's going to take it out. Steelix with 3 knockouts in this one. And the Doom and Gloom are going to win 5-0. Congratulations to the Doom and Gloom. Picked a very good lineup this week. I honestly don't think the lineup was too bad for Houston Ho-Oh either. The computer was just stupid with how it handled some of those Pokemon. But Doom and Gloom staying alive for the playoff race. No matter what happens now, whether the Power win or the Steelix win, the Doom and Gloom will have a chance to catch whoever loses in that game. So Doom and Gloom keeping their playoff lives alive for one more week. Congratulations to Doom and Gloom. And with the loss in this battle, that also confirms that My Little Ponyta, no matter what, even if they lose out, will be the 1 seed. So now the race tightens for the 2 spot between all of these other teams racing for the playoffs. All right. So again, Doom and Gloom wins. Congratulations. And this one match alone has made things very interesting for the rest of the week. I'll be right back with our second matchup of the day. All right, everybody, we're back with the second matchup of the day. We've got the Tampa Bay Steelix and the Pokemon Power. Not only will the winner of this game cement a spot in the playoffs, and the loser be in dire straits as they try to fend off Doom and Gloom's late season comeback, but the winner of this game will have a shot at the 2 seed. So, pretty big deal. All right, Pokemon Power and Tampa Bay Steelix. Who am I going to lead for my Steelix? Blastoise can pretty much fight most of their Pokemon. I'm going to... I'm going to start with Kingdra, since Kingdra's not really weak to anything. So Kingdra it is. Alright, what do we got? Kingdra versus what? Be great if it was like Golem to start. Okay, Dragon versus Dragon. I can work with that at least. Twister. Be great if we could get a flinch on the opening turn. That'd be wonderful. Got a critical hit. Oh, if we would have got critical hit and flinch, that would have been amazing. All right, a Twister battle. Critical hit first turn, though. I was picking on Ponyta for having that happen last week. It's 2 weeks in a row now. Someone's had a critical hit on the opening turn. And this time it was my team. So I don't know what's going on with this game anymore. Twister again. Dragonite survives it. Flinch. Ah.
What did it do?
Oh, there's a critical hit for the other team. Kingdra survives, though, somehow.
Combatants appear to be exhausted.
All right, it is 100% accurate. That's good. Twister.
Whirling Twister. That's it.
All right, Kingdra takes out Dragonite.
There it is. Knockout.
And I might just save Kingdra depending on what the Pokemon is that switches in. Because there are some Pokemon like Golem that it will outspeed. Could get a hit on it real quick before it goes down.
Alakazam.
Alakazam is definitely one it does not outspeed.
The time to attack.
Um, let's see. You have Future Sight, Psybeam, and Thief. I'm going to put Magneton in there. And see if I can either lure out Golem or lure out Moltres.
Here comes a Pokemon switch. Oh, it's Magneton.
Or if they stay in, we get a free Thunder Wave on the Alakazam.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Alright, Golem's going to be coming in, I'm pretty sure.
Turning to its Pokeball.
If it's Moltres, I'm going to be shocked.
Oh, it's Golem.
Okay. That's not the end of the world because we have Skarmory we can switch into.
It used Thunder Wave. That had no effect. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle? This Pokemon is switching out. Oh, it's
Yeah, the big reason I brought Kingdra was for Golem and Dragonite. So the fact that Dragonite's gone already, anything else Kingdra does is bonus at this point.
caused no damage at all. How will this Pokemon
Alright, you are likely going to switch to Moltres. I guess I'm going to go Steel Wing anyway, because I don't know what would be faster out of Skarmory and Moltres. And if we ended up being faster, I wouldn't want Fly to hit, and then we get annihilated by Fire Blast. So I know it might not hurt much, but we're going to go Steel Wing. I am expecting Moltres, but I don't want Skarmory to get one shot next turn.
Oh, it's Magnemite.
It's Magnemite. Okay. Well, then neither option was a good option.
That did little damage.
Critical hit, and that's all we got. 2 critical hits for us already, though.
Newly switched
Alright, you're going to use Thunder. I want to save Magneton's health for Alakazam, so we're going to go Ampharos.
Here comes a Pokemon switch. Oh, it's Ampharos.
It's Ampharos. As I've said in other videos, the announcer didn't know any of the names when they brought him in. They just had him read off a sheet, so some of the names are wrong in this game as a result. Nothing here does not... nothing here is immune to Dynamic Punch, so we're going to go Dynamic Punch.
Prepare for battle.
You stayed in, okay. Yeah, go ahead and paralyze my already slow Pokemon. I mean, you're already outspeeding me.
A furious attack. That struck.
Oh, we got the hit. Magnemite down to 33.
Pokemon is
I'm just going to go Swift at this point.
but the other one.
I feel like 2 Swifts is still better than betting on Dynamic Punch to hit.
How's that? Whoop, that missed.
All right, a missed Thunder. Here comes our first Swift.
The hit lands.
I had a feeling it might take 2, but I figured we'd go 1 for 2 at best, going for Dynamic Punch. So just go Swift. Try to take it out. Better yet, the Confusion takes it out. Okay. Ampharos takes out Magnemite.
What's it doing? It's out of it.
We were already a slow Pokemon anyway, so I'm not worried with the fact that we're slow.
Pokemon remaining on each side. This Pokemon is back for another.
As expected, we got Golem in there.
The heated action continues.
Skarmory.
Combatants Pokeball. This Pokemon is rejoining the battle.
Doesn't matter that you pick Magnitude, it's not going to hurt me.
That had no effect. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Alright, let's see. Now I'm almost certain it's going to be Moltres. I'm going to go Steel Wing because, again, I don't know who wins that speed battle.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
Actually, if we could get by Moltres, Skarmory can pretty much handle its own against the remaining Pokemon. Steel beats Tyranitar, Steel can beat Golem, and Steel can at least put up a good fight against Alakazam. So if we can manage to get around Moltres, we're in good shape. Which is why it's a good time for Magmar. Have my fire Pokemon eat one of those Fire Blast.
Oh, it's Magmar.
I originally brought Magmar for Venusaur, but this will work too.
What's that? Oh, that's a miss.
All right, it just outright missed. That's always a good way to help too. Confuse Ray in case they are switching. They did not switch, but they're going to be confused at least. And we know at least Magmar is faster than Moltres. All right, hit itself. No, it didn't hit itself. I'm sorry, it's using Sky Attack. All right. Since you're going to go with Sky Attack, let's go with Magneton again. Because you're locked in, you have to use Sky Attack now. And then when it goes for Fire Blast again, we'll switch in Magmar. Or it could just hit itself. That works too. Back to Magmar. I don't think it's going to be using Sky Attack now. They're going to switch. Okay. It's going to be Golem then. I mean, I've switched into Magmar expecting Fire Blast, so I'm going to have to switch again anyway next turn. Because it's going to be Magnitude. It's going to use Magnitude. So it has to be Skarmory that's in there. I don't think I've ever heard that line spoken in this game before, but it's spot on. A revolving door of Pokemon. All these years I've owned this game, I don't think I've ever heard that line. Alright, it's going to be Moltres again. Go Steel Wing again, just get some more damage on it. It won't be a lot of damage, but it'll be something at least.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. How's that? That didn't do much.
Alright. We're a third of the way through trying to beat it.
The trainer's switching Pokemon.
Alright, alright. Alright, Magmar, let's go. Let's go. Eat that Fire Blast for me.
What's this? It's not very effective.
Alright, let's try confusing it again. Awesome. And it hit itself in confusion. Magmar putting in some work. Smog.
What's next? That did little damage.
Alright, we didn't get the poison, but we did do some more damage at least. Not confused anymore already. Alright. Ooh, critical hit on the Fire Blast. Magmar hanging in there, though. Let's give it at least a parting gift. Let's confuse it again.
What'll it do? It's become confused. It's utterly.
All right, Moltres again hitting itself.
The crowd's excitement is building from this heated battle.
Smokescreen. Lower its accuracy.
The smoke screen went up. Accuracy is down.
Hit itself again.
They're both hanging.
Fire Punch.
How's that? That was a glancing.
9 health remaining.
That was weak.
Moltres takes itself out with confusion, which was caused by Magmar. So Magmar gets the knockout. Moltres is down. 3 Pokemon remaining.
Difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Tyranitar.
Got Tyranitar out there.
Is weak. What an opportunity. One Pokemon is still capable of going up, but the other one looks tired.
Skarmory.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. The Pokemon appears with a cry.
Don't care, we're Steel type.
That didn't
Yeah.
do much. How will this new one
Agility, we're going to do 2 agilities to make sure we're faster than Alakazam when it eventually comes in. And then we'll just start steel winging everything.
it raised its agility.
That's not going to hurt me, I'm a Steel type.
Storm has started glowing. The white-hot battle continues.
Alright, agility again. Make sure we're faster than everything that's left.
It's still padding its stats.
See, this is a similar strategy to what I always say would work with Scizor,
There, defense.
is to get its speed way up and then just really attack.
A hot
And with on this game, we never seem to have a chance to set Scizor up like I've set up Skarmory here.
a sharp attack.
Yeah, my defense fell a little bit, but Skarmory has massive defense, so I'm not too worried about that. Plus, Bite isn't going to be Bite, Psybeam, Thief, like all those attacks aren't going to be helped by the defense going down. The only move that's going to be helped is Golem's Rock Throw, which I still don't think will be enough to take us out or anything like that in 1 or 2 turns. Maybe 2 turns, but not 1 turn.
That worked perfectly.
Right, here comes Bite.
What now? It's not.
See, the other thing is with us being faster, we're not threat to be flinched by Bite.
Between the two comes
So that was the other reason for going for speed.
It used Steel Wing. Yes, it's a hit.
Alright, Tyranitar goes down.
Has no strength left.
Skarmory with the knockout. Alright, alright.
Difference in the number of remaining Pokemon
Got 2 more to go.
side.
Alakazam and Golem.
The Pokemon
It is Golem.
Sandstorm finally quieted. Since the raging sandstorm
Steel Wing.
has died down, the visibility has improved down on the field. What's this? A powerful blow.
Alright, 2 more Steel Wing ought to do it.
What's next? Hit. That was good.
Alright. Rock Throw did a little bit more than expected, but I'm still not too worried. If there's no critical hit, we're still going to take out Golem before Alakazam gets to see the field.
One rock.
Critical hit. Golem's down.
Knockout.
Lucky break there for the Steelix. That's a lot of critical hits this game for the Steelix. I feel like the game's trying to make up this week for the fact that it's had so many weird things happen this season on its behalf.
Is rejoining the battle.
All right, Alakazam and Skarmory. Alakazam's attacks are all special, so that defense drop means absolutely nothing now.
There's the shot. That's it.
Good hit.
It is
I think Alakazam,
defense.
we moved our defense back up anyway. I think Alakazam will survive another Steel Wing.
Become confused.
We are confused, though, so maybe Alakazam can take us out
Competitor.
this turn without us even hitting it. We did break through the confusion.
Oh, that's a miss.
We missed the Steel Wing, though. And the quest for a sweep this week is over as Skarmory goes down. All right. Let's put Magneton out there. Alakazam can't run and hide this time. We can slow it down. And I think 5-on-1, we're going to be all right. If we get it slowed down. If we miss Thunder Wave or something, then who knows? Thunder Wave. All right, Alakazam is slowed down. Thunder. All right, 0 for 1 on Thunder for Magneton. We might survive another one. It kind of depends on the damage roll, I think. Thunder number 2. It hits. And Alakazam goes down. And the Steelix have won and cement a spot in the playoffs. I think this is another one, much like the first game, where both teams actually brought a pretty good lineup. The computer just didn't seem to know what it was doing with that lineup, in my opinion. Skarmory was a big key in winning this one. I know it was the one that got knocked out, but Skarmory played a very key role. Congratulations to my Tampa Bay Steelix, who have now clinched a playoff spot. I'll reflect that in the standings later on. Pokemon Power, I think that you picked a good team. It just didn't work out this week, mostly because the computer was running the show for you, in my opinion anyway. You will be competing with Doom and Gloom for that last playoff spot next week. Let's see. And it'll be head-to-head. You two play each other, so you two will be deciding who gets in, pretty much. There are some scenarios where potentially the Power could lose if there's a point differential situation, but we won't know how that works out until I update the league standings here later. So I'll be right back with our third matchup, and then after that matchup, we'll really start to figure out what the playoff picture looks like. Be right back in just a moment. All right, here we go. Last matchup of the day. There's not a whole lot to play for here other than just pride and the joy of victory, as My Little Ponyta from the earlier events has already clinched the 1 seed going into the playoffs, no matter what happens the rest of the way. We Are the Ma Champion has clinched missing the playoffs, no matter what happens the rest of the way. So this is just a for fun bragging rights battle, in a sense, to see where these two teams end up. Let's see. Fearow would actually be nice to save to switch in for, like, Dawn Fan. You know, in a rare instance, I think we're actually going to lead Kadabra. Because except for Wobbuffet, Kadabra is pretty much able to fight everything this team has. And we can switch out to the appropriate Pokemon if needed. Yeah, like, I'm not super worried about Ursaring. I am going to reflect on the first turn, though. Get our defense up, because Ursaring's mostly physical. Yeah, it's going to dig. So we've got Reflect up for whoever we decide to put in, which is probably going to be Fearow. So I'm actually kind of glad I led Kadabra, because we got that Reflect up. Alright. What Reflect does, for people who don't realize at home. Reflect halves the damage that you receive from a physical move. So, for example, if Ursaring uses Snore against Fearow, it'll do half damage. Not going to bother with Toxic because it'll just sleep and heal itself. Of course we got burned. The Pokemon that doesn't want to get burned got burned. That's a little unfortunate. Well, I know what's gonna happen. If I switch out, it's gonna burn Poliwrath also. If I stay in, it's gonna give Fearow a hard time. So no matter what I do, it's gonna be wrong here. I can already guarantee that. Drill Peck again. On the bright side, at least my decision-making isn't as vital this matchup since these two teams know where they're going to be in the postseason. So at least there's that for me. Now this is a good situation. We can put Gengar in because Snore isn't going to hurt Gengar since it's a ghost type. Ursaring's already asleep. So we can hit it with Nightmare and then Nightshade. This might work out. They switched. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's not the end of the world either, because, again, we can put it to sleep and let Nightmare beat it instead of us attacking it directly and getting mirror-coated and countered. Although we got to get Hypnosis to work first. 60% accurate move. Can we get you to work?
Oh no, that failed again.
0 for 2.
It shrouded itself with safeguard.
Well, okay, we can't do that now. Just straight to Nightshade.
What now? That did little.
Yeah, Safeguard prevents like burn, sleep, paralysis, poison.
What'll it do? Whoop, that missed. The heated action continues.
Wobbuffet really can't win this matchup. In current Pokemon, Wobbuffet would be great in this matchup because Ghost moves are special. But back then, with Ghost being both physical and counter for some reason not working on Ghost Pokemon, even though it does nowadays, that's a big deal. I know it used Destiny Bond. We're using Nightshade. That does 100 damage. We're not going to knock out Wobbuffet this turn. Don't worry.
That was a glancing blow.
Nightshade is fixed damage. It always does 100 damage when you're at level 100.
Oh,
If you're at level 50, it does 50 damage, etc., etc.
excitement is building from this heated battle.
All right. What we'll do is we'll get it to 47. And then we'll have to play around Destiny Bond here.
What now? Oh, that missed too. The safeguard wore off. They're both hanging
Hypnosis while we can. Come on.
What'll it do? Whoop, long move.
0 for 3.
It shrouded itself.
And now we can't do it.
It's a fierce battle.
They're going to switch. Okay, what are we Nightshading?
Pokemon. This Pokemon is back for
I mean, we're still going to Nightshade you.
asleep on the
I believe it still works on normal types in Gen 2.
That caused no damage.
Nope, that's something that's changed over time too. Okay. I know I've had that question before on this game, but when you play the new mechanics and go back to these old ones, that stuff happens. Switching again, huh? It's going to be Wobbuffet again, I bet.
Oh, it's Donphan.
Okay. Interesting. Only thing that really did was get us to waste one of our nightmares.
Didn't quite work. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Alright, let's put Fearow out there. Absorb the Earthquake.
The Pokemon is
And by that I mean Earthquake won't even hit it. We can Toxic the Dawn Fan.
the Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. It's got a burn.
Really, except Ursaring, Toxic will work against anything else.
How's that? That had no effect. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Toxic whatever is out there for them. If it's not Ursaring, we can Toxic any of the other 5.
This Pokemon is
Perfect. That's perfect. We don't have to attack it if we get Toxic to work.
toxic. Its safeguard protects it.
But the Safeguard wasn't gone yet. That's right, I'm stupid. I wasted a turn. Oh well, Safeguard's gone now at least.
How will this new
I'm dumb. For some reason I was thinking it left with Wobbuffet. I know better than that. I know better than that. I knew it was on the field. I'm just stupid.
poison will
Alright, we got it poisoned now, so pretend that last turn never happened.
What now? Oh, that's a miss.
Alright, we'll switch out Fearow before the burn can take it out.
Sparks are flying from both competitors. This Pokemon is switching out.
Poliwrath is actually a pretty good matchup against every Pokemon on this, on the Machampion this week.
Oh, it's Poliwrath.
I'm really hoping it survives poison here so we can set up Mind Reader this turn.
Additional damage.
Alright.
Already difficult situation. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Alright, no matter what is coming in, we're guaranteed to hit our next move.
Oh, it's Azumarill.
That's fine with me. It'll get a dynamic punch to the face.
Uh-oh, Mind Reader. It's tracking the opponent's movement. What impact will this Pokemon
Dynamic
switch
punch.
have on the battle?
And we're faster. Okay.
What's next? Yes, it's a hit.
Alright, you're confused. That's fine with me. We're also a water type.
Raining heavily. It's a fierce battle.
Mind Reader again.
What'll it do? It took careful aim. How's that? That didn't accomplish.
Alright, that's not too bad.
The white hot battle.
Alright, dynamic punch it again.
There's the attack. That was a glancing blow.
Alright, one more and Azumarill will be done.
Oh,
Confused, alright.
attacked itself.
Since it did hit itself once, I think we're just going to go for Hydro Pump.
From this
'Cause there's a chance that might hit without us having to use Mind Reader.
what now? A light attack. It's not
14 left. If it hits itself... Ah, I was going to say if it hits itself in confusion, it's over, but alright. That's alright. We can double slap it now.
a hot battle is unfolding. Double slap it around. That's it.
Alright, we only need one of the double slaps.
Left.
Azumarill goes down. Poliwrath with the first knockout of this one.
That tail will bring out
All right.
a Pokemon. Oh, it's Machamp.
Machamp is out there now. It does have Thunder Punch.
The rain finally stopped. Now that the heavy downpour has finally stopped, the field has returned to normal.
Mind Reader. Its Thunder Punch won't be strong enough to take us out. Machamp's a physical Pokemon, and that's a special move back in Gen 2. Nowadays, Thunder Punch would be scary because it is a physical move.
It appears to be impervious.
Back then, not as much.
The heated action.
Alright, let's confuse it with Dynamic Punch.
How's that? Oh, a blow to the weak spot.
And we got a critical hit on top of that. Alright. It lands a Thunder Punch again.
Ah,
Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump. Poliwrath takes out Machamp.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. This Pokemon is rejoining.
Ursaring's asleep.
It's in no condition.
Guess what that means? We have time to set up a mind reader.
Key difference between the two combatants. What's this? It took careful aim. It's fast asleep and can't be moved.
Can we survive, though?
Right, that's a hit.
We did not. That's unfortunate. I was banking on us surviving and then landing a dynamic punch again. My bad. Alright, so Ursaring taking out Poliwrath. Gengar still.
Have been chosen. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. This is a clash of different Pokemon.
You're going to wake up this turn, so I don't think Nightmare is worth it. We go first, so Hypnosis isn't worth it. We know Nightshade doesn't hit. Let's just go Thief.
Here comes a Pokemon.
Alright, they're afraid of Gengar. They're switching out.
This Pokemon is back for another go.
Alright, Donphan. If Gengar could get Donphan asleep, Gengar could win, but
A light hit.
we're 0 for 3 on Hypnosis so far, so it's not really worth the risk.
This Pokemon is switching out. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. It's got a burn. Can it tough it out?
Earthquake isn't going to bother us, so we're okay.
That caused no
We are okay.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Let's try Toxic again. They didn't switch this time. Maybe we can poison Donphan.
Wearing the
All right.
down appears to be the plan. Watch out! A rapid spin. That's it.
Donphan takes out Fearow, but Fearow did some good work in poisoning 2 of the opponent's Pokemon.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon.
Jinx.
Okay.
Ground is weak to Ice. We put Jinx out there and Ice Punch.
Jinx.
Marowak's also weak to Ice Punch. They're not going to want to switch Ursaring in, and Wobbuffet's too hurt, so Jinx may literally just run the table here.
There. Ice. Bullseye.
Jinx takes out Donphan.
Going down. We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. It's in no condition to battle. This is a clash of different Pokemon types.
And it does have Fire Punch.
They're eyeing each other warily.
We'll go 1 Ice Punch and then play it from there. Because Ursaring, much like Machamp, is more of a physical attacker, so I don't think Fire Punch is going to knock us out or anything.
Fast asleep and can't be moved. A furious attack. Yes, it's a hit. A hot battle is unfolding.
Alright, Ice Punch again.
What's this? Hit. That inflicted some damage.
If it doesn't wake up and use Rest, if it doesn't rest, Jinx can take it out next turn.
It dug its way under
It's using Dig. Okay, interesting.
the white hot battle continues.
Why Dig? I'm going to sack off Houndour.
Go.
Because we already know that Jinx is fast enough to outspeed Wobbuffet, Marowak, and Ursaring. Let's have, instead of it getting beat by Dig, let's have Houndour get beat by Dig. We'll put Jinx back out there, Ice Punch before Ursaring can rest, and we've won the battle pretty much at that point.
A sharp attack. It's super effective.
Houndour survives, though, to my surprise.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the
Flamethrower.
battle? Ooh, flamethrower. Nice.
Flamethrower takes out Ursaring, so it went from being sacked off to actually getting a knockout. All right, then.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. Oh, it's Marowak. It has to make up.
Now it's going to get sacked off because I don't want anything else left on the team to get hurt trying to switch in for it. Flamethrower again.
There's the attack. That's it.
Got the burn. That lessens how much damage Marowak can do with physical attacks. Houndour survives because of the burn. Much like Reflect, burn weakens the attack of whoever's burned. The physical attack, that is. So here comes another Flamethrower. Is Houndour actually going to take out the remaining Pokemon? Almost. Pretty good job for a Pokemon I thought I was just going to sack off.
There's the shot. Yes.
Alright, Houndour gets knocked out by Marowak.
That KO will bring out a new Pokemon.
Let's put in Jinx and run through the rest here.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. The opponent is weak. What an opportunity. There, confusion. That's a hit.
Alright, Marowak goes down to Jinx. We just got Wobbuffet left. And Wobbuffet is poisoned. So Jinx doesn't have to attack it if we don't want to, but I think we'll be fine if we do.
This Pokemon is back for another go.
Yeah, Wobbuffet's not surviving another hit.
Pokemon now. The number of remaining Pokemon is 3 to 1. This battle
But to be nice to Fearow, I'm going to let Fearow take it out with the poison.
mean look.
Wobbuffet can't do anything to us anyway, so...
Pokemon can't be switched. It's shrouded in
Doesn't matter, you're already poisoned. Safeguard's not going to help.
addition.
There we go, Fearow with the knockout from beyond.
That settles this battle. And there goes the
And that's going to be a victory for the Ponyta, 3-0. Another good week for me against the computer. All right, so another win for the Ponyta, which means that even if some of the events that played out earlier today would have been different, the Ponyta would have still clinched the 1 seed anyway on their own merit. And We Are the Machampion actually put a pretty good fight there, considering it was the 6th place team against the 1st place team. That was a pretty darn good fight, pretty good matchup. So congratulations to both teams, but especially congratulations to My Little Ponyta. You won the matchup, you are the 1 seed, and I will get into all of the playoff junk here in just a moment. But once again, congratulations, My Little Ponyta, you are the 1 seed. And I'll be back in just a moment, everybody, with all the updated standings and playoffs and all that nonsense. I'll be back soon. All right, here we are, the updated standings. As you can see, My Little Ponyta, now 11-3. They have officially clinched the 1 seed. We'll fill in the bracket a little bit here at the end of the recap. Tampa Bay Steelix now by tiebreaker are in 2nd at 8-6. The Houston Ho-Oh are in 3rd at 8-6. Pokemon Power are in 4th at 7-7. Doom and Gloom in 5th at 6-8. And in last, we've got We Are the Machampion at 2-12. Lot can happen still. Very exciting week next week. Yes, we do know where My Little Ponyta and We Are the Machampion are going. We don't know anything about the other 4 seeding-wise. The Tampa Bay Steelix can be the 2 seed, the 3 seed, or the 4 seed, depending on how things go. The Houston Ho-Oh can be the 2 seed, the 3 seed, or the 4 seed, depending on how things go. The Pokemon Power can be the 2, the 3, the 4, or the 5, depending on how things go. Doom and Gloom is the simple one. They're either going to be number 4 or number 5. Nothing else to it there. But a lot that can happen seeding-wise between those 4 teams this next week. Which is why I'm going to skip to the matchups before we do statistics today. Next week's matchups for the final week. Tampa Bay Steelix are on the road against My Little Pony Toss. A strong chance there, especially with me going 3-0 against the computer again this week. Steelix will probably be 8-7. Unless My Little Pony Toss throws in like a joke lineup just because next week. Houston Ho-Oh are at home against We Are the Ma Champions. So We Are the Ma Champions, still something to play for. You could try to spoil the Houston Ho-Oh like the end of their season. And the biggest game next week, I'll tell you right now, I'll probably save it for the third matchup of the 3 next week because it is the one with the most drama involved. It's kind of like a play-in game to the playoffs. The Pokemon Power and Doom and Gloom. That game directly decides who's in the playoffs. It basically is a playoff game the week before the playoffs. If Doom and Gloom wins, considering they've already got a better point differential, there is no possible way that they can win and not have the tiebreaker. Let's say they won 1-0 next week, with only 1 Pokemon remaining. Their point differential would be 3, the power would be 0. So with the point differential actually favoring Doom and Gloom, it basically just comes down to who wins the game. Because it doesn't matter point differential if the power win. Let's say the power win 1-0. It doesn't matter that the point differential swings to a 2-1 favor because the power have more wins. So, because of the point differential, this game literally, this last playoff spot is going to be determined just by who wins that game. So it is essentially a play-in game for the playoffs next week between the Power and Doom and Gloom. Whoever wins is in the playoffs. And then all the seedings and stuff will be based on who wins and how the other scenarios break down. By the way, want to throw this out there. I'm going to highlight the box there to the right of the standings. A couple of the managers in this league commented earlier on the season why I had a 10 roster, like a 10 roster move limit this season when we were playing 15 weeks. Look at how many moves were made this season. I made 1 with the Tampa Bay Steelix. I might make a second one right before the playoffs, but 1 or 2... Doom and Gloom made 3, and 4 teams made 0 moves. So if anything, you could argue the 10 roster moves was a high allowance. I will not lower it from 10. I'm just saying that I think that was a good number to pick after all. Much better record for me versus the computer this season compared to last season. A very stark contrast. All right, let's look at some statistics, and then we'll fill in the playoff bracket. Skarmory now second on my team in knockouts with 9 after today's matchup. Ampharos also solid with 8. Magneton solid with 7. Magneton's got a good ratio going 7-4 when it does play. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team for the most part. Even Jumpluff has had its moments. I pretty much like my team. Doom and Gloom. Staryu now up to 17 knockouts after getting an easy one early today. Steelix was the star for this team today with 3 knockouts in the game. I'm sure not even Doom and Gloom was expecting that. I love Steelix, and I know how to play with Steelix. I could expect Steelix having a good game, but I guarantee you that the manager of that team didn't expect Steelix to have 3 knockouts today. Houston Ho-Oh. Bayleaf still has played in every matchup this season. It's got 22 knockouts, 10 feints now. Vaporeon's got 9 knockouts, but Abra and Ghastly have really been the second best Pokemon if you're going from a ratio standpoint. My Little Ponyta, we've got Jinx with 18-9, Kadabra with 14-3. Really, the only problem with those two, they're both really good. But when you're thinking about them as like an MVP candidate, they kind of take points away from each other. What I might do this season is, I'll have to go back and look at last season's video, how we did it. But I think last season, I can't remember if we determined the MVP before the playoffs or after the playoffs. If it's before the playoffs, then I will have a league-wide vote on it. Or at the very least, I'll get a league-wide vote the week before the championship game or something if it's after the playoffs. Because I think this season, instead of me selecting the MVP, I mean, I can hand out the obvious awards like this Pokemon had the most knockouts. You know, this one got beat the most. Like, I can hand out the statistical awards because they're based on stats. There's no bias in there. For MVP, I think I'm going to let all the managers vote for their MVP, but they're not allowed to pick someone from their own team. So, like, I wouldn't be able to pick someone from the Steelix. The Doom and Gloom wouldn't be able to pick from their roster, etc., etc. And I think we'll pick an MVP that way this season to have a better... Because with Jinx and Kadabra, I really am torn, because Jinx has the better numbers as far as more knockouts, and it's been brought to more matches. But at the same time, it's only been brought to one extra match over Kadabra. And Kadabra's got a great ratio, the best ratio in the league when it is in. This is sort of like when the Lakers had Shaq and Kobe on their team at the same time. It was, who did you vote for MVP? Because you could argue either way that either was good enough to win an MVP. So it was hard to pick. And that's kind of what we got going on here. They're clearly two of the best Pokemon in the league this season. But it's hard to argue which one. Like, you could make an argument for either one as being best. Like, statistically, oh, Kadabra's got the best ratio. Oh, but Jinx has had more meaningful moments, like freezing the opponent's Pokemon, etc. So I think I'm gonna let the league vote on it this season instead of just making the choice myself, because I think that's more fair, and I think that'll get us a better, more accurate result on what everyone thinks there. It's not just between those two. That just made me think of that. We also have Bayleaf and Staryu as candidates. I usually like to pick 4 or 5. That's 4. Pokemon Power. Venusaur still at the top. Venusaur didn't play this week. Dragonite and Alakazam are both in double digits. Alakazam just getting there this week with 10. Really, the only critique with this team, they're pretty good, but they're just predictable. They use the same... pretty much the same 6 Pokemon every time. Once in a while, they throw Golem in there, but it's pretty much the same 6. I'd like to see... I mean, I'm not saying they have to switch up and use all 6 of the other Pokemon, but maybe do like 4 and 2 or something like that. Like, mix it up just a tad. But they still put on a good fight today, for the most part. I mean, I know the score was ugly, but I think the lineup was good enough it could have been better. If the game knew what it was doing. We are the Maw champion. Ursaring also in competition with Bayleaf for most games played. 11 knockouts, 13 feints now. Marowak had a knockout today as well. It's got 5 on the season. And a lot of missed opportunity with this team. There are good Pokemon on this team. But much like I was making a basketball reference, look at my Lakers this season, for example. And before anyone says anything, I've been a Laker fan my whole life, even during the bad years. So I'm not a bandwagon fan. I was a fan when they had Nick Van Exel. I was a fan when we had Lonzo Ball and the train wreck that was all those draft picks. So I've been a Laker fan for a while. But much like the Lakers of this season, a lot of talent, but that doesn't mean it meshes well. That doesn't mean it goes well together. Like, maybe Ursaring doesn't go well with a team that's also got a bunch of other slow Pokemon. Having Heracross and Scizor could be bad if you're playing against a fire team, or you get the idea. So I think that this team actually has a lot of good Pokemon. Just maybe that the Pokemon don't mesh well together or something, because that's the only thing I can think of for why they don't win more games than they do. All right, to the Draft League playoffs. First, let's fill in My Little Ponyta getting the 1 seed. I'll go ahead and fill in the record. Why not? 11-3. So My Little Ponyta, that'll change obviously next week to either 11-4 or 12-3. And then down in the 6th spot here for the consolation game, we've got We Are the Maw champion, sitting at 2-12. And I'm going to bold that We're going to widen this column just a tad for that. There we go. I didn't mess anything up too bad, did it? No, not really. Okay. So, yep, that is our playoff bracket. At the moment, We Are the Mall Champion is sitting there waiting on who they're going to face in the bowl game the first week of the playoffs. And the 2, 3, and 4 seeds are all up for grabs. And then we'll advance through the bracket as shown here. And the higher seed will always get choice on if they have me or the computer at the helm. Last season, it was more of a 50-50 proposition. This season, I'm fairly confident that the higher seed's going to pick me most of the time. But there we go, everybody. If you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. We've got one more week, and it's going to be exciting. The playoffs have still not been determined with 1 week left to go. Who's going to get in? So be sure to come back next week and see that thrilling conclusion to the regular season. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.